Hello everybody and welcome to our PAX East gameplay footage of Hub. This is Chris.
And this is Bree.
And we're going to go ahead and show you the gameplay. Now, this gameplay was captured when we were at the convention, a little bit of a noisy environment, so we're just going to provide some voiceover for you on what's going on. I was the one that played it pretty poorly, and that was not the fault of the game.
I definitely had to give you some puzzle hints there.
You weren't the only one.
I was there in spirit,
Yeah.
Hints.
So what you're seeing here on screen is a checkpoint. You're a little arm that you actually scavenge off of a fallen older titan, they called it. One of the old beings from this mysterious world. You kind of affix it to your arm and it has powers. So in a minute here, because I'm probably still being an idiot and figuring out how to use the PlayStation 4 controller, even though we own one, you can see it go up. That means that it is activated. And when you die, you can then respawn back at that area.
And you don't start with the glove or the sword, right?
No, that's a good point, which is this part of the game apparently takes place about midway through, when you've got some upgrades, you have some extra powers. So what you're seeing here is not what you'll see when you first start the game. And I don't know what I'm doing here. This is me being really bad at the game, basically.
Well, I think we were also talking, learning some things about the game.
I'm gonna
so
go with
you're
that.
just kind of fidgeting around.
Sure. But you can probably see it's cool. It's kind of like Zelda, where you can knock down grass. You can kind of interact with the environment to a certain degree. A lot of the environment, especially the organic stuff, is hazardous.
Yeah, so all those vines will actually sometimes come to life and attack swat you, or if you run into them, they will cause damage.
Yeah. So here, there are these little things scattered throughout the world. They're kind of secrets, and I believe this will increase my maximum health once I... Wow, it's actually kind of gory now that I look at it again.
You know, you cut the heart out of the plant and kind of
Yeah.
give it to yourself. I don't know.
Yeah, you're kind of pumping yourself up with the heart of plants.
Killing it. Well, maybe it's not dead. But anyways, you took its heart.
Yeah, I stole its heart. Literally. And as you're seeing there a few seconds before, you can use your fist as a shield, which will block projectiles and attacks. When you're using it as a shield, you can't punch with it, though. You can still use your sword. So, and here you go. Here's more of the environment that is trying to kill you. These things actually kind of gave me a hard time, so I just kind of rolled past them. Rolling is a good thing in this game. That got me out of a lot of trouble. You will need to use it.
And the animation in this game is amazing. The way you're rolling, the way you slide down the ladder, that's all so cool.
Like, I actually was talking to the developers, and I wanted to give a special shout out to the animators, because everything has weight, it's very smooth, and it makes you really kind of feel what's going on. Like, you can see when you're attacking here, when he's getting hit, it's responsive, it feels like it should feel. He feels kind of clumsy, I think, like with his big glove.
Yeah, but that's how you want him
to
feel.
What I mean.
Yeah,
okay. It's a good thing. Yeah. So again, where we're starting here, I'm guessing this puzzle is a little trickier than when you first start off. I don't know. I could be wrong. I am not good at solving puzzles. So you will see this is why I'm running around in circles, blind like an idiot, because I don't know what I'm doing. I was basically like, help! And Bree's like, dude, what are you doing? Go over there. And the other person was like, yeah, I'll give you a hit.
I also want to say that most of this time we were all talking. We were talking about the game, their inspirations, so your gameplay is not, playing in a show environment is much
tough,
different than when you're playing at your couch. You got people watching you, judging you.
The constant watching.
We were both judging him because judging is fun.
So much judgment.
But so it's just a different environment.
And you can see here, I'm testing out my different abilities. So with that glove, you can charge it up by holding down a button. And if you punch into certain objects, it powers them. You can also use it as a cumbersome power attack. What am I doing? This is so embarrassing. God, Chris. So you can also use it to, what I just did there, you jump in the air, and you ground pound, which is like the most enjoyable thing. I just wanted to do that over and over in this game. Hey, look, I found the ladder, finally. That's not a trick, by the way. It's just a damn ladder, and I couldn't find it, apparently.
I think you're being a little hard on yourself.
No, I'm not. I mean, it was really fun. I feel like, boy, I need to practice.
Again, show environment gameplay, very different than home gameplay.
Go with that. So using my glove, your glove will interact with a lot of the items. And the idea behind this game is they don't want to give a lot away, so they didn't tell us the plot completely. The idea is you want to figure out the plot. You're gradually putting together a world. You're repairing it. So this world is a combination of kind of steampunk tech and organics, right? So you have these monsters, you have grass, but you also have these pistons and industrial buildings, etc.
But yeah, it looks very overgrown. Like, you know, there's vines that are attacking you everywhere, so you're kind of turning the world back on.
Yeah.
Using your glove. Really interesting world. Like every little, it's so detailed.
Yeah.
You know, each little thing is so done. I don't know.
Well, just looking here, you look at the moss and the leaves hanging off this brick, and the brick looks almost alien but familiar. So I like, it's almost cel shaded. I don't know if I would call it entirely. You can see it here. It's more cartoony, but threatening at the same time. So. Again, I don't know what I'm doing. It's like I activated that ruin. Oh, okay. So one of the folks there did say I probably need to deal with those guys. I was like, nah, I'm fine. I don't need to deal with the monsters. I can just go solve the puzzle. And she was like, you really should deal with the monsters, dude. No, I'm fine here. Oh, God! So
there's so many monsters.
The panic. So I was like, I can still get him. Unfortunately, the stupid plant got me again, because I cannot avoid that, and I'm pretty sure I get wiped here in a second. Which actually is good for the video, because you can see what happens when you get killed.
And I think it's a good thing to notice that blue light on the ground. So as you are doing the puzzles, there's environmental clues as to what items have been turned on or activated.
Yeah.
So that blue dot's kind of letting you know that you just turned on the switch that operates the thing I'm pointing at.
And I didn't notice that until just now.
Oh.
So yeah, that was dumb.
So that is kind of consistent throughout. So you turned on your respawn machine here.
Yep.
It lights up blue, letting you know that,
I
hey.
love this too. I love like how it walks up right there.
I know, the animation's great. Lets you know how it's, you know, turned on, you've activated this thing. And you'll see, look, right there, right above you, you see the blue line going through.
Right here, yeah.
The power line kind of saying, hey, over here, you've gone from here to here, and you've turned these things on.
I seriously didn't notice that. And
Oh, really?
No.
I'm pretty sure she said that, too.
She probably did. It's the judging. It was like, I'm just not great at puzzles.
This is my kind of game. Like,
oh,
seriously.
it's awesome. No, I love it. It's just...
A little bit of puzzle, a little bit of action.
You notice right there, and when you kill a guy, it pauses for a second and gives you that reward, and like, oh, I got through him. You also saw a little while ago me kind of teleporting. That is a new ability they introduced when we started doing this game. And obviously you can see you can use your glove to tally-ho and pull stuff. So the teleporting mechanic shoots you forward at a lot of speed, and it makes you invulnerable for a second, and you can shock bad guys by going through them.
And this is you learning fist bump.
Awkwardly learning, because you can see I missed it, and then I was off the edge.
But this is kind of my
Here we
favorite.
go, Chris. Come on. You can do it. Oh,
fist
I did
bump.
it. Okay, so this legitimately was hard. This was challenging for me because, again, if you're used to using an analog stick in these types of games, you're probably like, no problem. As a matter of fact, they did a speed run of this game at PAX.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I got the lowest score if there was any speed. I did a slow run. So what also is nice is this is a forgiving game. Despite me being kind of crappy at it, it's forgiving. You can hang onto ledges. If you go too close to the ledge, you'll kind of fall off, but grab it. The save points are pretty close to each other. You don't have to do puzzles again.
I think that's a great feature. So, you still keep your puzzle solving stuff, even if you have to go back and respawn.
Yeah.
So you just fight some guys and get back to where you were, but...
And the enemies don't respawn after you kill them. No, I asked her and she said no. So the idea is, like you can see here, you can deal with the enemies at your leisure, or you can ignore them, but it makes things harder. So I think at some point you do have to kill the enemies to progress, and I will have to deal with them at some point here. They might respawn after you die, but I don't believe they respawn if you keep going. Because I want to say I fought the guy before. That was the stunning ability I did, and it is handy. It was hard for me to line it up to do it.
But it's a nice skill. You can kind of kick butt with it in a second.
I asked about how many upgrades you get. Didn't get a solid answer. It's
spoilers.
Yeah. No, I didn't really expect it. I would suspect there's a lot more stuff up this guy's sleeve. Mm-hmm. There won't be any RPG mechanics. You're not going to be like increasing strength or speed or stamina. It's more just you're going to collect items and you'll upgrade them as you go through the game. Great jump, Chris. Wow. Smooth. So this is actually one of the easier ones too. Like you're going to see some in the upper right-hand corner there my heart was like pounding when I got up there.
Because you got a whole bunch of people watching you
Yeah,
while you're trying to learn a new game.
I can't imagine speedrunners. Like, those guys do this type of stuff in front of, like, crowds of 60 and 70.
Well, I think that when you get to the point of winning speedrunning competitions, you've played the game, you know the game. It's hard when you don't. You know,
Yeah.
You've never played a game before and you don't. You know, if you were playing through this game, you'd be at a certain point where you know, unlocked all these little moves and practiced them.
Yeah,
and
you'd
honed
have
them.
some experience there.
But when we played this game before, it was a much earlier level, so I'm really glad they showed off this level.
It was nice, yeah.
It shows you how many things you're going to get and how far you're going to progress your guy.
Yep. And I love how how this puzzle works too, where it almost feels like a circular Rubik's Cube or something, where you kind of moves back and forth, and it feels very satisfying.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and there's fall damage. So I think I asked about that when I was in midair, and yeah, as it turns out, I don't know what the limit is. I jumped at one point later on in this playthrough, and it didn't do that much damage. I think I just fell from like the very top. So that is a thing. You gotta be wary of that. So.
And back through this again.
Yeah, and this was kind of a bummer for me again because I am so bad at it, as you can see there. So there is also a sprint button. I think I was experimenting with the sprint button here because I was starting to panic because I wanted to pretend like I was good at this, and it just made it worse. And I love how that fist energizes and punches it. Do you notice there's actually two little prongs that come out of it? Too, when you're right there, bam!
Yeah, so it can charge up. Again, that blue energy kind of charging up the world around you.
Yeah. It's neat. I like the component of like you're literally repairing a world or you're building a world. It's a cool little, and I love the contrast of the industrial motif with the organic stuff.
Well, that's just like you're exploring the world and uncovering what's going on at the same time that the hero is. And so he doesn't actually have a name. They just call him the hero, which I think is awesome as well.
Yeah. I think Wonder Russo, one of the folks that was there, called this one of the people that was playing called it the hi ho, off the world we go. He's kind of like, yeah, I'm pulling it and doing it. So I needed help with this puzzle too because I was like, okay, there's a chain. Oh, there's a chain over here too. Okay. And it's just so rewarding. So a lot of puzzles, I feel like, and that's a good thing for a game like this.
Yeah, that's what intrigues me about it. I love all the little puzzles in between.
And at some point soon here, we're going to end up going below the Earth or whatever planet it is, and that's also very different. And I think when we played this last year, it was a similar environment, but maybe not as filled in. And if you happen to be at the other PAX and you played that version, it was cool because you could actually see where you were in that other build. And then, I'll point that out when we get down there. But that was kind of a neat little touch. So once again, I'm lost. I don't know. So I was kind of like, I was trying not to, and real quick here, you can see the flashing. You have stamina meter and you have a health meter. And it was pointed out that if you fall, it'll take away stamina before it takes away health.
Oh, so it's kind of a little shieldy thing?
Yeah. Yeah.
Interesting.
So that was actually, obviously I didn't have that much stamina when I fell 200 feet, but a nice little cushion there again. And I feel like it was the right amount of hard versus the right amount of challenging. I died a lot there, obviously, but it didn't feel like it was insurmountable or that it crushed my spirit.
Yeah. I mean, you're learning the world, so normally you'd be doing this deaths in the beginning of the game.
There's that awesome fist pound, made a ladder, yes.
Yeah, that's so cool. Because it looks so natural that the bricks fell apart like that to make that ladder. Apparently you're quite in love with the ground pound here.
I'm really, really enjoying the ground
pound. There's like 10 ground pounds.
I want to do it like the whole game. I also like the purple contrast here too. I stayed away from that thing. I was advised not to go near it. Probably because I was going near everything else and getting killed. So I'm not entirely sure what it does. It probably stabbed you or something. This is me running around in the corner, staring blindly. Look at me go. I think it was at this point, it's like, maybe you need to hit. It was a yes. Ow! I do need to hit. I don't think that the puzzles are really that tough. I think it's just me not. I love this type of game. I really do, but I'm just not. I'm not a pro at it, and I will fully admit that.
That's okay. This is my kind of game. This is
Yeah.
where feelings and puzzles is what I'm good at.
Yes.
Not the shooting. Fast reaction time is not my thing.
Look at that shot right there too. That's so nice. I want that to be like a poster.
You know, usually style is one of the things that I go for first in a game and what drew me to Hob, but the gameplay is super solid as well.
Yeah, it is. And as you can, I mean, we're talking a lot, but let's leave a little bit of silence here, and I want to see if you can kind of hear the music.
Let's have a moment of silence
Moment of
for
silence
the
for-
music that's
yeah.
not in the game.
It's kind of there. So I asked about that, and it's very, very subtle.
It's not music, it's just more atmospheric
Yeah.
kind of noise and sound. It's different when you go below ground as
Mm-hmm.
well.
When we get down to, there's that very handy mechanism that saves you if you happen to accidentally go off the edge. Thank you, Nick, for putting that in for players like me. This was me panicking because I have to get across that ledge, and I am not doing too well. So I'm kind of trying to psych myself up here, I think. And I believe this is where I was told to hold down sprint.
Well, I think also there's a
That
secret in the
makes
background, if you can see that, is one of those pods with the red heart inside.
You're right,
So
this
you were
was one of
also
those, yeah.
considering going that way, or is this how I get to that red pod?
That was really nice of them, actually. They showed us a lot of secrets that apparently no one else had really seen, which was appreciated. I love secrets in games like this, and it's really fun to kind of get that access. So
Because then
props
you can
again.
kind of, secrets are amazing. Because then you can go on to talk with the other friends and see, like, did you get that one? Did I get that one?
Yeah. And that one was actually, even though it was right there, it's one of those things we really got to kind of pay attention. I'm gonna run right by it. What was that?
Yeah, because you're kind of focused on doing that jump instead of the secret
man.
that's there.
Those thorn tentacle pods are like just my bane.
I think the
bane of
headbutt
Chris.
into the wall was pretty smooth.
That was, yeah. Boy, spaz, Chris.
Ground pound.
Ground pound. Almost fall.
I think we should take a guess on how many times you ground pound while playing the game.
Probably 50 minimum. This part was really cool too. You'll see it coming up where like the whole level kind of animates. Ooh.
I just like how they pull the camera back when you're
Yeah.
doing these kind of big things to the world.
That was kind of something I didn't notice earlier too. You're right. It is pulled quite a bit back. I guess I was so engaged in it, and this is me staring at it going, oh.
Is pretty.
Well, I didn't. I was kind of like, did I miss it? Did I not pull it out far enough? Like, what? And I think Wonder was saying, you remember there was a chain on the other side too? Oh, yeah, that's right. There is another chain. And those little sewer grates on the bottom, those do kind of serve a purpose. I'm thinking they're vents of some sort. So all of the stuff you're seeing here is pushed up from the bottom. And I think you're kind of just on the outskirts. So the subterranean part's right beneath all this. Okay, there's the chain again. And I think I hurt myself. I am curious to see how many different environments they do have total. Like, are there snow stages? Are there water stages? Or is it all kind of this palette right here? This reminds me of Borderlands a lot. This
Really?
This type of art stuff, yeah. I apologize if you can hear clicking in the background. It's Zelda, our dog, pushing her butt into my leg right now.
She's like, are you playing a Zelda-inspired game?
I
also am Zelda.
heard my name numerous times. Hey, look at that! I did it with only the help of 2 other people who weren't even playing the game.
Again, a good call out to the pullback to like see all this stuff. It's really pretty.
Yeah.
And fist bump.
Or pull out your sword and do nothing with it. Oh, this part was awesome.
Yeah.
This. Look how cool that is. That was actually one of my favorite parts, honestly.
Is that you have to keep fist bumping it to get it to all turn?
It just sounds so cool. It sounds like, that really strong metallic twang.
And those are the little sprites.
Yeah, which they actually had papercraft for. Rubik actually was kind of killing it. They had coloring books that they left in the rest area. They had this papercraft stuff. They had really great posters.
And iron-on patches, too.
Yep. The only criticism I would say total was this loading screen was a little long. Now, this is still a build in progress, so I can't really say too much. I imagine this will be optimized by the time it goes live. As of right now, 2017 release.
Yes, officially.
I don't want to go into more detail than that, but 2017 release. So I would say it's close to done from what we got.
And I'm loving how you see all these little things going on in the background, but you know what I mean, kind of clues as to what this world is about.
So this feels very much like a Half-Life 2 moment, which I feel like is nothing but praise when I say that. I don't mean they're stealing it. I mean there was a part in Half-Life 2 just like this where you see the Combine Striders in the background. It just felt so cool. And you get those chills that go up through, it's like, oh, this is neat.
Save point, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The I don't know why I'm staring at it. It's a save point, Chris. Go touch it. And you can kind of hear the ambience here.
Yeah, so there's a lot more ambience down below, which is what I was trying to say before. Above, it was pretty silent, except for, just a light ambience. Yep. Down here, it's much more humming, more machinery, more is going on. This is kind of more the heart of the world.
I just noticed? See these little outlines? You can probably see them in the light there. Those are the vents from up above. It's really neat.
It's such a consistent art style.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Everything is that, I don't know what to call it, but just very interesting.
And I really like the motif here too. Like you're saying, the art style of the gears. And look how the sparks kind of come out from the bottom there. Really nice touches like that. And the glow. This is like eyes. It almost looks like a Jawa too, to a certain degree.
But again, letting you know that you turned on that piece.
Yep. Very cool. I like the floating kind of dust, or I don't know what that's supposed to be, but again, it adds a lot of ambience.
It's like little moats.
Yeah. So, here's the real question. Do we want to play this on PC or do we want to play it on PS4?
Ooh. This would be a PS4 game.
I'm thinking the same thing. I am too. So,
but the only problem is we have one PS4, and I'm going to fight you to play it. So maybe you can play it PC and I'll play it PC.
I want to play it PS4 because it was a nice big screen. Yeah. But it's going to be good no matter what platform you play it on. So I'm going to say no matter which platform you play, I think you're going to be pretty happy with it. But yeah, man, if you've got a nice big screen TV and a good sound system, this seems just a perfect game for that. Oh, I missed my ground pound. It's a rookie move.
It wasn't a ground pound, it was a touch.
Yeah. So this part, when I was playing it, I think I actually said this out loud. If you've ever seen Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, the movie, or if you read the books, this is very much like that, where near the end, spoilers I guess, if you've never read that book, they're kind of rebuilding Earth, and it's very much just like this, which is very neat. Love seeing that stuff go up like that. I like how everything locks in place, too.
Locks in place, turns on. It's really cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I even struggled to hear it. Rewatching it, it seems pretty clear. I'm just supposed to get on there and shoot me over there.
I don't think it's clear that that's going to shoot you across, but it's clear that you're going to get on it. Obviously, this is by it popping up. Maybe the first time that you've encountered this?
I think it was.
Or maybe they made that, so for this demo, that's the first time you're encountering it.
No, I remember doing this in the last one, too. I think it looks different now. That mechanic of shooting you around was there, for sure. Okay, now I'm going to warn you guys. I struggled a little bit here.
You did.
I think a lot of this was cut, thankfully, because I
cut some of the repetitive deaths.
Yeah, there were quite a few.
They're really.
Even got to the point where, the developers are like, "Oh man, dude, I'm sorry."
So don't jump until that gets right next to you.
And you jumped.
So she was so patient with me.
She really was. Oh man, a special shout out to just it was oh, I'm so sorry.
And we had a 5:30 appointment, so she had done it
stayed there late
1,000 times, and you're just
We actually, true story here. We actually got pushed out by the PAX enforcers. Dude, you gotta leave. It's no, keep staying.
You're too bad at this game. You gotta go.
That right there was terrifying. I
It
really
is.
was worried about falling off right there.
And I'm not sure that I would have picked that up so quickly that was where I was supposed to go.
That was the one thing I did correctly in this game, was I figured out to run on the pipes. Yay. There's a bold move coming up here, and I don't mean the bold move I do. It's a bold design choice, which is, I'm going to follow in those pipes in a second. I'll let you see what happens. I think we're still a little ways away from that.
Yeah, you're a little ways away.
Yep.
I watched this a few times, like editing out to deaths and
The many, many, many deaths.
many times it takes you to make this jump.
This was hard. Well, I think I do it a few times. I just kind of fall off. Like that right there. But again, you can see it's pretty forgiving. I fell off like a corner and still managed to catch me, which was nice. Oh, man. Like there, for example. I love how his eyes glow in the darkness. So there I go. So that was a really, really bad idea. And you can see some of the save points are a little, a little more punishing than others. But again, not far enough away to make me like, oh crap, I just gonna shut this
No,
down.
this is, compared to other games,
Oh yeah.
this is no problem. That felt fair.
I really do enjoy. I know. it's.
You're a little close to the edge there.
I love how small it makes you feel. Like I love how it's like there's this whole empty, vast world.
And you're so alone. I wonder if that is ever addressed, how alone you are.
Yeah.
Because you're the only, as far as the gameplay that we've done, the only person.
There is wildlife that doesn't attack you, which you'll see a cool little secret that they showed us at the very end. There's these things called dove deers, and you can
Duck deer?
Duck deer. I'm sorry. Oh, I want to call them dove deers. Duck deers. Yes. Come on, Chris. You can do it. Oh no, he falls on me. I want to get like a professional esports commentator to like to narrate this, and it's like, oh man. Also, what you're seeing right here is another secret, and that's the reason I'm kind of doing this. Was I wanted to show everyone the different secrets that are in this game, and again, big props to Runic for guiding us along and showing us where these secrets were.
Patiently guiding us.
Yeah. So, your glove looks very familiar because you tore it off one of these guys in the game. I love how he just rips it out like that, too.
And these kind of look like the guys that were in the background up above working. So this is just kind of a dead one, and you're taking a little bit of its
Give me more
soul.
stamina. Yeah, you can see my stamina increase a little bit there.
So your health comes from the plants, and your power comes from the
Constructs, I guess, or
constructs
I think they were
or
called
walkers
Titans.
or titans. Ooh, that's
Maybe,
a good.
yeah. Oh, it's just oh yeah, right there. It was
That's a good save.
Yeah. It's stressful watching, and I played the damn thing. And,
No.
oh, what am I doing? What are you doing, Chris? I guarantee the people who are watching this, you will not have this much trouble unless you're like me and you're just inept with an analog stick. This is not, I repeat, not indicative of the gameplay. This is just me being really bad with a controller. Promise. Okay, so here's the part I'd actually like to get your opinion. What did you think of this part? Where I fall in and that's it. Doesn't cut away from the pipe. Doesn't show a transparency. It's just shows kind of where the camera's going.
Oh, what do you mean? Is that not good?
I don't know. It struck me as odd. Not in a bad way. I was surprised. So normally, Game Design 101 says you would make a transparency on top of the pipe to kind of show your shadow in there or something. Mm-hmm. And they kind of forgoed that. They said, you know what? We're just gonna show the pipe moving around. You got to kind of figure out where you are in the pipe.
I guess I don't have an opinion. I had no problem with that.
Yeah.
None. No.
It stuck out to me. I kind of liked it. It was a little, at first I was like, oh man, where am I? But it was interesting design choice. Kind of liked it.
I feel like it works here because you're kind of, this whole thing is you're lost in this machine, this giant machine world, and you're trying to figure it out. And so, not knowing what's going on or not knowing where you are makes sense.
I was also given a very big hint in this puzzle because I would have just kept pushing like a moron.
Not noticing there's a thing in the way?
Yeah, I want to just force it until it goes. As it turns out, that doesn't work. Okay, so here, again, another secret that was apparently discovered by someone playing it. This was not the intended way to solve this particular puzzle, but it was a different way. So you could either fall off the edge, which was the unintended method, Or, I don't remember the other way. The correct way was something different. I think it had to do with going to the pipes or something. So I asked if that was something that came up a lot. And Runic said, no, it's more just like, there's a few parts in the game where it was like, oh, that was unexpected. For the most part, they kind of limit you. So you do need to kind of go along a certain path to get to the right areas, which I'm actually fine with.
Here's where you're struggling to actually fall.
Yeah, I didn't know how to fall. I think I just pressed down, yeah.
Yeah.
And you can see it hurts. It takes away a lot of my stamina. So that's kind of the shortcut. Again, little tip there. And look, there's a lever.
A shiny lever. Look at how it's like
nice
glistening.
shining.
Like, touch me.
God, I love watching this. Look how cool that is.
And it's amazing how quickly it pulls back for each one of these things without you even noticing.
Yeah. Because I really didn't when I was playing it. It's a lot more apparent here.
Now that we're watching, yeah. So there's
Yeah,
kind of that
video.
cinematic pullback.
Now I'm looking at it, and this is something, again, so I was so focused on my character not falling off the pipe. It looks like there's a little, like, helicopters or, like, little...
Yeah,
blue
like little
drones in it.
moats or things.
Yeah. This part was a little glitchy. Again, this is not the final version, so just keep that in mind. You're supposed to be able to jump up on this ledge, and it kind of didn't. It clipped a little here. So again, build in progress.
So was that a secret that you were supposed to be able to get?
Up here?
Yeah.
She didn't say if it was a secret. I'm not sure. I just remember her saying it was a little bugged at that moment. So it could actually be that you weren't supposed to get there, but I think it was supposed to probably block you off better.
Because it looked like there was a little pull lever up there.
Yeah.
So maybe eventually that'll.
Yep,
lead to
it's probably
something
just
else.
an unfinished part of the level, or just some place that you weren't supposed to go. So one thing I discovered here is if you hold on the sprint button, you can sprint up ladders too.
Oh.
Good to know, especially when you die a lot. Climb the ladder again.
Which I flawlessly clipped out one of those deaths in there, where you just fell too far.
I'm curious to see what kind of graphic settings are going to be on the PC, if any. It's a very pretty game. As you can see, this is running, I think it was a PS4 Pro, is that right?
I don't know. You could only see the screen. I didn't.
Yeah.
And your controller, I didn't see.
Very little anti-aliasing, or actually, I should say very little aliasing, good anti-aliasing. And it looks like a lot of, there could be the potential for volumetric shadowing, volumetric fog rather, and some post-processing. I don't know, it looks like there's some options maybe. So I'd like to see differences between what the PC version will offer as far as tweaking goes and what the consoles offer instead. Boom, missed.
That's just a nice gentle
I know,
touch.
sometimes you don't have to punch things.
Well, when it's a punch, it's kind of like your fist, a knuckle.
Fist bump.
Yeah.
It's reminding me of Bioshock for some reason. This part was
So
neat.
cool.
Yeah. That sound reminds me of a Half-Life 2. Wow. So despite the lights probably indicating I'm supposed to go that way, or do I go the right way here? Oh. Oh, that's surprising. I think you can go the other way too. That might have been a secret actually, if I remember right. There was one secret we didn't get, and just in the sake of time, I didn't want to do it because I didn't want to die. I already felt guilty enough. Now, presumably, these places that you're putting up, you will go and visit.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you're building that world.
Yeah, and
kinda.
then you're going to explore it. Yeah. I like the little earth fawn in the background too. That's neat.
So it looks like there's one in the bottom corner where you can go up. Did you go on that one, or you go the one over there?
I'm not sure actually. I'll have to wait and
Or
see.
is this where we've been before? Okay.
So
we turned on everything, and this is back where we started.
Yeah, and somewhere here in the very back left corner or right side is where in the PAX West demo you have played. So you're kind of like looking at
Where you've
where
been.
you used to be. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's mesmerizing looking at that little like this is really thin. Yeah, I like that.
I do too. It's cool. It's one of the places where you get a different color too. It's all purpley and
Yeah.
cool.
Some cool little constructs there.
Or just the whole background. It's all this machine that's kind of going on behind you. It's a nice way to show off the world and quickly get you to the next level section.
Yep. I think some of these are a clever way of doing loading screens, if I had to guess. A little bit of a trickery there to make you feel like you're still staying in the game. I'm thinking the levels are loading when you're teleporting. The ever important checkpoint. This part got me a little bit. So there's platforms that come up, and I had a little bit of trouble judging the distance. And it sounds like they're actually tweaking that maybe a little. Oh yeah, the chompers here. I actually got by pretty good the first time. I think I had to come back and I got squished.
I couldn't find the squish, so the squish might still be in here.
Uh-oh.
I
So
didn't cut a squish.
There's multiple ways to get past this. The most effective way that I use was just sprinting. Apparently some speedrunners had devised a couple of cool ways. Whoa, that was
It's so close.
Man, lucky. It's stressful watching this. I am surprised I didn't fall to my death there because I really wanted to jump. I'll let it go. This part was tough, I will admit.
So this is cool. You can kind of see that there might be a secret there, but you can't get there yet.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of a clue to head over that way.
Yep.
So
Maybe
it's
that's the one I didn't go to due to time. I think that was one of them. Because at the end, when you beat a level, it will tell you how many secrets you missed or how many secrets there were.
At least in this. You think that's the way it is always?
I think so.
Oh, okay.
They didn't specify, but I wouldn't be surprised.
I thought that was more for the speedrunning aspect.
Oh, it could be. Could be. I guess I have to go to the right, maybe? Yeah.
You do,
okay.
yeah. So it's like a peek of the secret to the left,
Okay.
or you go, the way you're supposed to go is to the right across this.
Now, originally, I thought you were supposed to jump down into the hole. I didn't realize you were supposed to jump onto the platform. And I think I got lucky. Yeah, see, I thought you were supposed to, like, it would shoot you down like an Empire Strikes Back, where Luke goes through the little tunnels. Mm-hmm. So I was like, oh, no, okay. You gotta get in the little land bridge.
And this is the place I think you had the hardest time for some reason.
I might have got switched here. Let's see. Go past Chris.
Run, run, run.
No idea. Oh, okay. I've been throwing. No, I got cocky there and threw a little ball. Because I'm so good at this game that I can afford to be cocky. It's like 6:30 at night, a half hour after the show is over.
Did you see what the speedrun time was?
12 minutes, I think. Just under 12 minutes, unless it changed. And considering this was a 40-minute demo on average, that is insane that someone was able to not have played this game before and speedrun.
Well, I'm sure that the speedrunner had played it twice. You know, like they played on Friday or...
Think so?
Yeah.
Okay. I hope that's the case.
I don't think anybody went into this first time and won it. There was only one guy that got under, like, whatever.
Yeah.
He had not much competition for the full 3 posters.
Yep. I'm pretty sure I actually stick the landing this time, despite myself. Or I just stand there and look off.
You got
and
scared.
Yeah. I just noticed in the bottom right corner there's one of those walking platforms that one of those little constructs was on before. Almost looks like a flower petal, like mechanical. They had mentioned a lot of people had trouble landing on.
He just kind of lets you through.
Yeah, I just noticed that too.
He's like, all right, you got to pass.
Instead of none shall pass, all shall pass. Oh, save point. I wonder if he lets you through because you have like a piece of the arm, so they see that as being one of
You're
them.
one of them.
Yeah, and that's why you get it. Oof. It's nearing the end of the demo, I believe. There is one boss battle that I definitely had to do, and it was the same boss, I think, from the first demo. It's like a giant guy with a big tree trunk or something.
Oh, really? I don't remember. I remember like the setting of the first demo, but I didn't remember the boss.
This part was neat too. I did
so
notice
pretty.
it pulling out here because it's so stark. This was me just taking a moment to admire the level design and art design. I don't remember the fellow's last name, but the level designer's first name is Patrick, so good on you, Patrick. Way to go.
Yeah.
And I actually did pretty well in the final boss, which also...
You did, actually.
Surprising.
It was this place that you had the hardest time.
Yeah.
There's like 4 deaths that I cut.
I do okay with combat, but not so good with...
Not with these platforms.
Yeah.
And even now, you're kind of freaking me out a little.
I got a tip here, so I was sort of told what was coming up because I would have got slaughtered.
Is that one of the first levels in the background? Because
Yeah.
look at, there's a save point.
You know, I know. I think that is. I think that's where the other game took place. I think you're right. Yep. Well, the other demo and the other convention. I also asked how long it would take to beat the game. Didn't really get an answer. So that's TBD. It sounds like it just really depends on your play style and how good you are at it.
I love the ladder slide animation.
Yeah, when you slide down with like one hand, yeah. Like a badass firefighter. There's the vents again. So I guess you can kind of tell when you're getting close to the top. Because the shadows start coming into play.
Dun, 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 dun. And then again in the background, the cool little construct guys working on everything.
Yeah.
With the Titans.
I'm really curious to see if those are bad guys, because it was revealed that you take the arm, but it wasn't said if you killed one of them to take the arm. You know, you could have just found it off one of the dead bodies, like when you took out the little stamina thing.
They don't seem bad.
No.
It seems more like the wildlife that's taking over the world is not wildlife, but kind of noxious, poisonous wildlife.
Yeah.
The corruption.
Yeah. The nothing, like from Never-Ending Story. It's the nothing. I want to make our papercraft guys in these. Sprites are cute.
And that's one of those Miyazaki kind of influences, I think.
Yeah, like
'Cause
the
it's like those little
bobbleheads.
tree head, like sprites.
Yeah.
Tree spirits.
Yes. Okay, so very soon here, I believe we have a really cool secret that I don't know if anyone else, maybe one or two other people. It sounded like we were one of the very few people that got to see this secret. It's not something I would have figured out. It really looks like an Easter egg. And what happens is if you don't attack, I keep wanting to call them dove deers. Duck deers?
I think they're duck deer because they're 2 legs.
Yeah.
I think she said duck deer.
Yep. So if you don't attack the duck deer,
Not those guys.
No,
those guys.
those are back. Those right there, the little guys with the antlers. Those are the ones that are cool. So if you don't attack them throughout the whole game, or at least there's a long cooldown if you do attack them, because obviously you're killing them. There is an area over here, down in this area, and it even took the developer a little bit too. It's like, oh, okay, oh yeah, there it is down there. So it's hidden. It's pretty well hidden.
And that's a male duck deer, so there's male and female duck deer.
Yeah.
And he's kind of like making a little nest, and then she comes over.
And again, this is just the part that they thought was really cool, so they showed it to us. And you can see it kind of gives you this option. You can sort of nuzzle and befriend the deer, which is so cute. Oh my
It is
god.
so cute. I love it because it's one of those things that's not adding to your game. You know, you're not getting health points or whatever. Oh,
And so then this guy just comes in and slaughters. Now I go on righteous fury here.
I am so
pissed.
terrible.
It's like, oh my god.
This is this like nice quiet moment, like petting wildlife. Like, don't worry, I'll save the world, and then
Oh, I just slaughtered those guys.
kill them.
Bastards.
Which I think is what they had never seen before. Is that
Yeah,
thing
that
coming in.
was not scripted, what you just saw there. That wasn't like every time you go and pet the the duck deer that these guys can kill them. It just happened that one wandered into the frame and just attacked us.
Oh, I do remember this.
Yeah, this was the final boss of the first demo. When you get hit by him, boy, it hurts. You've only got a couple hits before you're dead. As you can see there. Ouch.
You took a third of your health almost. A little under. And then
So,
got a little back there.
Yeah, when you kill some enemies, they do drop health, which is important.
Because I didn't see any health anywhere else.
No. I think when you cut open the plant, it refilled some of your health when it gave you the extra health, but obviously that's few and far between.
This is where you're using that dash.
Yeah, apparently
evade.
I finally got semi-good at the game here.
No, you do pretty good with this guy. Much better than I think I would. This
He's
is
hard.
where I would struggle. The puzzle's fine. This
Yeah.
stuff, not my thing.
Dashing, as you can see, is important. So when you actually go through them with that lightning bolt, I think I said it before, but in case not, it does stun them for a second or two. So you can go in there and kind of whip at them for a bit. And we're nearing the end here. Now, I will say this is actually a lot greener. Now, I was asking before about how the environments be different. This is a lot more lush and vibrant than when you first start out, where it's kind of arid almost.
Yeah, and this is kind of what I remember from the other time we played, was much greener kind of thing.
Here's another secret, by the way. So this is what I was talking about, where at the very end, we were shown how to do this. So again, major props to Runic for hooking us up here.
But this is the stuff I love.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you can go back and replay it and find all these little Easter eggs. And
you guys are seeing it here first, which is pretty cool. I like that. I like giving you guys secrets. Playful secrets. I still see his little tag in the back of his hood there. Mm-hmm. Almost looks like a price tag. A little bit of music here, you can kind of hear it.
yeah, I think that's the most kind of music that you've had.
Yeah.
And there you have it. Go click it.
Yeah.
Final thing. Go.
I think I didn't want to stop playing. No, let me explore some more.
Do it.
Press the button. That's right, I got that little ruin from somewhere. Mm-hmm. I don't remember where it was, but
I think down below when you turned on the thing.
Okay, that might have been it. Yep.
Awesome.
That's so cool.
It is so cool. It's just the way it's.
Well, there you have it, guys. Thank you for tuning in. We appreciate it. Mm-hmm. Again, if you liked, or I guess liked what you heard and saw, go ahead and hit subscribe. And we'll see you later.
Bye.